Good morning, friends. So we are back to our congruency chapter. We have done this exam SAS, so now we know what SAS is. In two triangles, if the corresponding two sides and the included angle is equal, the triangles are congruent. We have ASA and AAS. And the last lecture we did two properties of isosceles triangles. I hope you do remember. In an isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. So angles opposite to the equal sides are equal, and the converse. If in a triangle two angles are equal, then the side opposite to the equal sides are equal. Today we move on to the next one, which is SSS. Now this theorem is not to be proved, but you have to verify by construction. How do you verify by construction? Construct some triangle. Say you are constructing a triangle ABC, in which AB is 3 cm, AC is 4.5 cm, BC is 5 cm. Okay, by construction. If you know construction, how to construct, then you can draw BC. So how do you do the construction? Do you know the construction part? If you do other chapters, you have to draw a line segment BC of 5 cm, call it BC. And with the help of a rounder, check the radius 3 cm, and from B draw an arc of 3 cm. From C, check the radius 4.5 cm, draw an arc of 4.5 cm. So this is arc of 3 cm and this is 4.5. When they both meet, join these points, you get your A. So you get 3.3 and 4.5. So this is construction. In the same way, draw another triangle. Okay, say PQR, in which PQ is 3 cm, this is 4.5 cm, and this is 5 cm. So if you look at both the triangles, then what are you seeing? AB equal to PQ, BC equal to QR, and AC equal to PR. Can you see this? We have got AB equal to PQ, BC equal to QR, and AC equal to PR. Now how will you arrange them so that they both become congruent? So how will you place? So P will come over A. You have to rearrange this. QR should come over BC. P should come over A. So we'll have here triangle ABC over triangle PQR. So can we check now? Let us check taking the sides. The first two letters AB is equal to PQ, yes. Then BC equal to QR, yes. And AC equal to PR, yes. For this correspondence, these two triangles are congruent. So here, we have not proved anything, we have to verify this. Verification by what? By construction. So you have to actually draw the triangle, construct them, cut it off, name them, put one over the other and check it out. So we have got this SSS here, okay? But not proved, it is to be verified by construction. But what it says, if in two triangles, the corresponding side means all the three corresponding sides are equal, then the correspondence is a congruency. So you have to be very, very sure and very important to write the correspondence properly. Now you see here, how do we write it? We have got AB, BC, AC, PQ, QR, PR. So if I write ABC here, now you have to see the correspondence is very important. The sides may be equal, but the correspondence, how will you check? You see this AB and AC. In AB and AC, what is common? A is common. In the same way, you look at PQ and PR. What is common? P is common. Means A is common to P. So in front of A, you write P. Now AB and BC, what is common? B is common. PQ and QR, what is common? See the first two. In the first two, here B is common, here Q is common. So B is corresponding to Q. In this two and this two, we have to see the correspondence. Here both C is common and here R is common. So C corresponds to R. So once you check out the sides, write down which sides are equal. If you look at the first two sides, B is common and here Q is common. So B corresponds to Q. If you write these two sides, here C is common, R is common, so C corresponds to R. If you look at these two sides, here A is common, here P is common, so A corresponds to P. Check it out and write. So we have done the fourth theorem today is SSS. So what is SSS? In two triangles, if the corresponding sides, means only the three sides, this time the angles are not mentioned. If in two triangles, the corresponding sides are equal, then the triangles are congruent. And you know, if the triangles are congruent, then automatically the angles will also be equal. So this is the fourth part we did today, the SSS. And now there is one more we need to do called the RHS. Now here RHS does not mean right hand side. Okay, don't compare. RHS does not mean right hand side. RHS means the R stands for right angle, R means right angle, H stands for hypotenuse, the side opposite to the right angle, the hypotenuse, and the S stands for the side. Now the S can be any side. The S can be AB also or BC also, that depends upon the sum. Okay, so what is given to here? RHS means right angle, the hypotenuse, and one of the two sides. So let us say okay, here I have given right angle. So there are two right angle triangles. Can you see this? Two right angle triangles. The right angles are equal, always 90 degree. The hypotenuse is equal, and we have to take one side. So let me take this side. BC is equal to PQ. So this time what is given to us? Angle B equal to angle P. AC equal to QR and BC equal to PQ. So here we have to show that when there are two right angle triangles, what we have to show? We have got two right angle triangles whose hypotenuse are equal and one side is equal, then the two triangles are congruent. Okay? It is not a theorem, but yet we will prove it. Now you know, you can use the Pythagoras theorem for right angle triangles. What is Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem is AB square plus BC square equal to AC square. AB square plus BC square equal to AC square. So AB square equal to AC square minus BC square. Are you following this? I have written AB square plus BC square equal to AC square, Pythagoras theorem. So what is AB square? I take the BC square on this side. So it's AC square minus BC square. But we have AC equal to QR. So instead of AC I will write QR square. Minus BC equal to PQ. So I write PQ square. So QR square minus PQ square. Now this is also right angle triangle. This also follows the Pythagoras theorem. So here QR square minus PQ square is PR square. So we got PR square. So here we got AB square equal to PR square, meaning AB is equal to PR. So what we have? AC equal to QR, BC equal to PQ, and AB equal to PR. So AB equal to PR, so we have shown the corresponding sides are equal. So by SAS, the two triangles are congruent. So triangle ABC is congruent to what? Now this time we have to check. Look at the first two. Which letter is common in both first two? C is common, Q is common. So corresponding to C will get Q. Okay? Now look at this two. What is common here? B. And what is common here? P. So corresponding to B, we get P. What is common in this two? A. What is common in this two? R. So it is not ABC congruent to PQR. You can say it is ABC congruent to RPQ. Check. angle B right angle P right angle. So B should correspond to P. AC should correspond to QR. So AC corresponds to QR. So what is the theorem we have put? First you have taken SSS by construction, that you have to exactly cut the triangles and put them one over the other to verify this law is true. But if you want to verify, you have to cut the triangles and put them one over the other, SSS. And now we have done the RHS. What does RHS tell us? In two right angle triangles, if the hypotenuse is equal and one of the two sides is equal, then it is RHS. Okay? Now many people make a mistake. What mistake they make, I will show you. Sometimes you are given a right angle triangle, okay? But you are given this side and this side is equal and this side and this side is equal. Now many people look at the right angle triangle and so they write by RHS. But RHS tells you it should be the right angle, the hypotenuse should be equal. Here the hypotenuse is not given equal. You can use Pythagoras theorem and show that the hypotenuse is equal. You can do that, and after that you can use RHS. But just now what has happened here, I have shown, suppose I have taken this side is equal to this side is equal to this side, and the angles are right angles. So I cannot write RHS directly. I can prove it indirectly. How? I can write AB square plus BC square equal to AC square, PR square plus QP square equal to QR square, but AB equal to RP, BC equal to QP, therefore AC equal to QR. After I prove that, then I can say by RHS, okay? But here directly you cannot use RHS. You have to first show that the hypotenuse are equal. Now, here I have given this side and this side is equal, this side and this side is equal, and this is 90 degree. But it is not mentioned the hypotenuse is equal. So here I will use which one? I will use SAC, side, angle, side. So when I am not mentioning the hypotenuse, the two sides are given, then you have to use SAS. Only when the hypotenuse is given equal, you will use the RHS. So this is the whole congruency done. You have got 5 rules to prove congruency, to prove two triangles are congruent. SAS, ASA, AAS, SSS, RHS. Okay? So this is the part of the congruency of the triangle. And we have done all the 5 methods. Now let us look at a few sums. Okay. Now let us look at this sum. We are given a line segment AB. Okay, it is given to us. Now we are given 2 points P and Q on the opposite sides of AB. We are given 2 points. So AB is a line segment given to us. And we are given 2 points P and Q on the opposite sides of AB such that AP and PB are equal. So we have drawn AP equal to PB. P is such a point that the distance from AB is equal, means AP equal to PB. Same way, Q is also equidistant from AB, means AQ equal to BQ. So this is given to us. What we have to prove? We have to prove in this sum that PQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB. You have to prove that PQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB. Perpendicular bisector means it is perpendicular to AB at 90 degree and also it cuts AB into 2 equal parts. Means, now let us say first of all, I take PQ cuts AB at the point C. At the point C. So now what I have to show? I have to show AC equal to BC. AC equal to BC. Why? To show that PQ cuts AB exactly into 2 parts. AC equal to BC. And also show that PQ is at 90 degree with AB. So what is the question again? Given a line segment AB, P and Q are on the opposite sides in such a way that they are equidistant from AB, means the distance is the equal. So AP equal to PB, AQ equal to QB, and you have to show that PQ cuts AB exactly into 2 parts at 90 degree, means PQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB. So here we'll have to go in a sequence to prove it. So first the proof. You join PQ Now look at triangle. In triangle PAQ and triangle PBQ. Which triangle have taken? PAQ1 and PBQ, the next one. AP equal to PB. Given AQ equal to BQ. Given PQ equal to PQ. Common side. So this side and this side is equal, this side and this side is equal, this is the common side. Therefore, triangle PAQ is congruent to triangle PBQ. So these two triangles are congruent. But if the triangles are congruent, these two triangles are congruent, then the corresponding angles are equal. So these two angles will be equal and these two angles will be equal. Right? So first I showed this triangle and this triangle both are congruent. So how do we get? We can write here, therefore angle A, we can write triangle APC equal to triangle APC is equal to, not triangle, angle BPC. And what will I call this? I will call this result 1 CPCT. Because the triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts are also congruent. So I can write APQ or I can write APC, one and the same thing. So APQ equal to BPQ or APC equal to BPC is result number 1. So I proved these two angles are equal. Right? Okay. Now let me take in triangle CPA and triangle CPB. So I did this here, finished this. I showed this triangle circle. I come to the next part, which I have taken CPA and CPB. Okay. What happens to CPA and CPB? Can you give me any hint here? Now we showed, okay, that this angle and this angle is equal. Does it get our work done? Let us see. We have got AP equal to PB. AP equal to PB is given to us. Very good. We have got angle APC equal to angle BPC. APC is equal to BPC from the result 1 because we just proved it from 1. We have got PC equal to PC, which is a common side to both the triangles. So we have triangle APC is congruent to triangle BPC. Sorry, following what I did first, this and this side was equal, this and this side was equal, this side was equal. I proved these two triangles are congruent, so these two angles are equal. Now I am taking this top triangle and this top triangle. These two sides are equal is given to me. This angle is equal, I proved. This is the common side. So by SAS, these two triangles are congruent. Now these two triangles are congruent, then therefore angle PCA equal to angle PCB, CPCT. Because the triangles are congruent, okay, I will not write here they are right angles, but because the two triangles are congruent, these two angles are now equal, and these two triangles are congruent, so AC equal to BC. Also, AC equal to BC by CPCT. So from this result we have shown AC equal to BC means C is the midpoint of BC or C cuts AB into two equal parts. So are you understanding the flow of the sum? Before I could do anything, I used the SSS to show these two triangles are congruent, so these two angles are equal. Then I used the smaller triangles, these sides were given equal, angles were proved equal, common side, so these two triangles are congruent. If those triangles are congruent, then AC equal to BC means C cuts AB into two equal parts. So the word bisector is proved. What does bisector mean? Bisector means cutting into two equal parts. So PQ cuts AB at C and here it cuts into two equal parts. So the bisector part is proved. Now we have to prove the perpendicular part. That is perpendicular. So we have got angle PCA equal to PCB. But if you look here, then AB is a line segment. So PCA and PCB form a linear pair. Therefore, angle PCA plus angle PCB equal to 180 degree. They form a linear pair. But these two are equal. So I can write angle PCA plus angle PCA equal to 180 degree because PC equal to PCA. Therefore, 2 angle PCA equal to 180 degree or angle PCA equal to 90 degree. Hence, we have got just an equal PCA equal to 90 degree. So this is also perpendicular now. So from this result and this result, PCA is 90 and AC equal to BC. From these two results we prove PQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB. Okay, so we are using things in a sequence here, and with the help of this sequence we have proved that PQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB. Okay, now friends, in the next sum it's a quite an easy sum. We have got triangle ABC, okay, and we have got altitude CF and BE. These are altitudes, right? By RHS, we have to show that ABC is an isosceles triangle. Okay, what are we given here? You see, understand this. What are we given? We are given triangle ABC in which BE and CF are equal altitudes. Equal altitudes means, what is the meaning of equal altitudes? Altitude will make 90 degree, but they are equal, means B is equal to CF and angle BFE equal to angle CEB, not BFE, BFC. Angle BFC equal to angle CEB equal to 90 degree. We have to show that ABC is an isosceles triangle. Okay, we have to prove that triangle ABC is isosceles. Now to show ABC is isosceles, we have to show that two sides are equal. Okay, any two sides of triangle ABC are equal, we have to show. So what will we do with the sum? Very simple. To prove, the proof, first select the triangles. So I will take triangle BFC and triangle CEB. So which triangle I have chosen? I will show you with the red. I have taken this one, BFC, and this one, CEB. Right? These two triangles I have chosen, the red and the blue. Now what I am given here? Angle BFC equal to angle CEB. They both are right angles. Now if this is a right angle, this in the right triangle, this is the hypotenuse. In this triangle CEB, this is the right angle, the opposite is hypotenuse. So BC equal to BC, common side, which is also the hypotenuse of both the triangles, hypotenuse. And we are given BE equal to CF, that is given. So we have got RHS by RHS. Which I have taken? RHS. This is the right angle, both are equal, the hypotenuse equal, and one side is given equal. So by right hypotenuse side, I have got triangle BFC is congruent to triangle CEB. This red and this blue triangles are equal. But if these triangles are equal, then angle BFC is equal to angle ECB, CPCT. What does CPCT tell you? Look at this red triangle. In this red triangle, this angle, and for the blue triangle, this angle is equal. So this angle and this angle is equal. Okay? So what we have got, we can write, sorry, not BFC, I have written it wrong here. Angle FBC equal to angle FBC equal to angle ECB. They both are equal. FBC and ECB are equal. I can also write angle. Okay. So if I go to triangle ABC, look at triangle ABC. Can you see ABC? So this angle B and this angle C are equal. Angle B equal to angle C from this. From 1 I can write. From 1, angle B equal to angle C. And what theorem we have? When the two angles are equal, the sides opposite to them are equal. Therefore, AB equal to AC. Sides opposite to equal angles. So, if in a triangle, two sides are equal, the triangle is isosceles. So I hope you understood the sum again. We are given triangle ABC in which BE and CF are altitude bits at 90 degree and they are given equal. Okay, and we had to prove that ABC is an isosceles triangle. So I took this triangle FBC and ECB in which these two angles are equal because they are 90 degree. The hypotenuse is the side common to both the triangles and BE equal to CF is given. So by RHS, these red and blue triangles are equal. If they are equal, their corresponding angles are also equal. So these two angles are equal. Now in triangle ABC, if this angle and this angle is equal, then the side opposite to them is equal. So AB equal to AC. But if AB equal to EC in triangle ABC means if two sides are equal, the triangle is isosceles. So here we have finished congruency. What you have learned so far? 5 rules: SAS, ASA, AAS, SSS, RHS, and 2 properties of isosceles triangle. When two sides are equal in a triangle, when two sides are equal, their opposite angles are equal. And in a triangle, if two angles are equal, their opposite sides are equal. Making use of this, you can prove that the angles are equal, some angles are equal, some sides are equal by what? CPCT. So first you have to prove the triangles are equal and then you can say their corresponding sides are also equal. How will you prove the triangles are congruent? By these 5 rules. But in every sum, what you have to do very basically, very starting, okay, in the extreme start, what you have to do? Whenever there is a diagram, you will first choose which triangles you are taking. You have to specify. You are going to prove 2 triangles are congruent, but you can look here, there are so many triangles. You have got triangle AEB, triangle AFC, triangle ABC, triangle BEC, triangle CFB. There are many triangles in the picture. So first you will write down which 2 triangles you are choosing. So I have taken in triangle BFC and CEB. Very important first is to write down which 2 triangles you started with. How you have shown the right angle, the hypotenuse and the side is common. Then by RHS you showed the triangles are congruent and their corresponding sides are equal. So these are the basic steps. So to prove anything by congruency, first step, select the proper triangles, then go in the order, any one of this order, and by that you show the triangles are congruent. Once you show the triangles are congruent, then the corresponding parts are congruent and hence you will be easily able to do the sum. Now all you have to do is practice. Practice as much as you can. This is the basic part of congruency. We are done here today. All the congruency theorems we have done. So take your time, practice as many sums as you can, see all the examples in the book and get very thorough with congruency. So I'll end here. Thank you.